When you're at a concert and the guitar player steps up and performs a solo, or when you hear Jack Johnson starting to strum, Sittin' Waitin' Wishin', do you wish that was you? Do you want to be that rock star? Hi, I'm Malin Puckett, and today I'm going to explain to you how the guitar works and some techniques that will help set you up on the road of rock stardom. I will be covering the components that make up the guitar, how the guitar actually makes noise, and how to effectively utilize this information to make music. Do you look at the guitar and not know which end is up? Well, guitars are actually really simple instruments that can be broken down into three parts: the head, the neck, and the body. The head of the guitar is where the strings can be bent onto what are called tuners. These tuners spin and change the tension of the string. The tighter the tension, the higher the pitch, or note, that will sound when struck. The neck of the guitar usually has a solid back with a softer, more durable top plate, which is known as the fretboard. The fretboard gets its name from the little metal strips that run down, which are known as frets. Much like the tuners, these frets will change the note with which the string will sound when struck. Some guitars have 24 frets, or 2 octaves, meaning that the pitch at the 12th fret is exactly one harmony higher than on the open string. The body of the guitar can vary depending on the manufacturer, and each one has a different sound to it. This style is called a juggernaut, but other styles could have cutouts along here to help the player reach strings at higher frets. Most important is that all guitars have a hole here, which allows the pitch of the string to enter the body and resonate through the body. Electric guitars have an amplifier instead of a hollow body to increase the sound and volume of the strings. So now that you know a little bit about the components of the guitar, let's go over how the instrument actually makes music. First thing to talk about is the string setup. On an acoustic guitar like this, the top 4 strings will typically be wound with brass. This helps them to vibrate at a lower pitch. The strings are held onto the body using pegs, go over the bridge, follow up the fretboard until the nut, and then into the tuners. The tuners spin, like mentioned before, and will change the tension of the strings, and therefore the pitch. These strings will be tuned E, A, D, G, B, and then E again, from top to bottom, which is known as standard tuning. On the fretboard, you'll see that there are dots. Typically, every guitar will have dots at 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. And then will vary depending on having them at 15, 17, and like I said, 19 and 24 eventually as well. 1/2 step is 1 fret. So 1 fret being 1 move. So from 1st fret to 2nd fret. A whole step is 2 frets, which would be 1st to 3rd. Now going through the musical alphabet, A through G, each note is a whole step away, except from E to F and B to C. So on the first string E, it would look like this. E, F, because it's a 1/2 step, and then a whole step to G. F, G. Too easy. When the string is pressed at a certain fret, and therefore at a certain fret, the string will change length, like mentioned before, and therefore the vibration of the string is changed. The pitch that rings out is therefore a different note. The body of the guitar, like mentioned before, acts as an amplifier. When the strings are played, the body of the guitar catches the sound and uses reflection to bounce the sound back and forth between the body, creating a louder but undistorted sound. Most people think that the sound comes from this hole, but in all honesty, it comes from the body right here. The entire guitar sounds with it. Different materials and different shapes and different inside paneling can change the sound of a guitar. That's why no one guitar is the same. Now that we know what the components are and how the guitar works, let's go ahead and start playing. Being a successful musician is not done overnight. It takes practice. But here are a few exercises that can set you up on the right path. First, let's go over something that will help loosen your fingers out and get some muscle memory for the fretboard. Start with your first finger on the 1st fret, 1st string. Then go down the fretboard with each finger hitting the frets in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop down to the second string and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get to the sixth string, move your first finger to the second fret and do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a great exercise that I do before playing every single time. Let's go ahead and see it in action. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you get better and you feel more and more comfortable playing with it, you can start going backwards and even faster. It's fun. Let's go over something that will help you with rhythm. Just playing a simple chord with a strum pattern. So let's go with your second finger on the third fret on the E string here. Your first finger on the second fret on the A string here. And then your third finger on the sixth string or bottom E string, third fret here. Now, a strum pattern that a lot of rock songs use and that's very, very common in 4/4 timing is down, down, up, up, down, up, down. So it sounds like this. Now, it's very, very important to play this continuously. Don't rush out into it and rush out of it. Learning this chord progression and learning how to strum like this will be very, very useful in the future. Let's just play it a few times. The final technique I want to go over with you is the art of practicing. Everyone who learns to play the guitar must practice everything they know all the time, or the small things will be forgotten and bad habits will be created. Always remember to use your pinky, and always remember to use alternate picking. That's going to help you play faster and play different chords that you wouldn't be able to play before. Simply playing this is fine, but if you get your pinky in the habit of playing as well, you can add the ninth, which then will bring it a brighter sound. Learn as many songs as you can and write them down so that in case you do forget them, you know that you can come back and read them and play them again, just like the first day you learned them. So now you understand the guitar and have some starter techniques. The most important part of playing guitar is not being afraid to play. It doesn't matter if the other people or other person you're playing with is 10 times better. Just play something. It's the best way to learn and the best way to get better. Remember, practice, 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 and I know you'll turn out to be the next Jimmy Page. Thank you.